Have you ever tried an exercise, a diet, a breathing technique, or a therapeutic treatment that everyone swears by, but it absolutely ruined you? Same input, completely different output. In this video, I want to show you why the exact same stimulus can optimize performance in one nervous system and push another straight into survival mode. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tara Bianca, and I am a longtime holistic health coach, an Oxygen Advantage Master Instructor, and a Z-Health certified practitioner teaching functional and performance-based breathing and nervous system conditioning. You've probably heard the word neuroplasticity before. Most people talk about it like it's automatically a good thing. But in fact, it's totally neutral and it's happening all the time. It simply means that your brain has the ability to change and rewire itself in response to the stimuli, experiences, and thoughts that you expose it to. It can be adaptive, but it can also be maladaptive. And there's nothing worse than getting really good at moving inefficiently or practicing a skill incorrectly over and over again. If you've ever played a sport or a musical instrument, you've probably encountered this issue before of having to break a bad habit that wasn't getting you the performance results you wanted. Because the incorrect way is just as easy as the correct way to pattern into your nervous system. As the famous quote goes, we either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. So how do we ensure that we are patterning things the right way? Well, some of it depends on having the right mentors, coaches, and role models to help instill good habits from a young age. Some of it depends on your own personal goals, drive, and discipline. But look, life happens to all of us. Our nervous systems have to manage countless stimuli and experiences every day. And some of us get hit with a way heavier load than others. So what really determines a good quality input from a bad one is individuality. Is that exercise, diet, breathing technique, or treatment the exact right dose at the exact right time for the particular health of your specific nervous system? Or are you overloading an underfueled and overstressed brain? This is where the idea comes in of pain and performance being two sides of the same coin. We've spoken about the individual threat bucket in past videos. And as a brain-based coach, I'm interested in how we can reduce the overall threat in your system. One of the ways I do that is to look for little deficits in the way your brain is interpreting its environment. So taking the neural hierarchy into consideration, I might look at how your eyes are tracking, assess your balance, evaluate your joint mobility and control, or observe your breathing pattern. And based on what we find, I'll assign drills to upregulate areas of your brain in order to improve your output, flipping from the pain side of the coin to the performance side. But here's the critical part. Just like any other input, vision drills, vestibular drills, motor control drills, or breathing exercises are all neutral in and of themselves. It's your brain's current state that determines whether a drill feels amazing and empowering or awful and overwhelming. Let me give you a real life example. There's a common exercise for upregulating the vestibular system called a VOR. That stands for vestibulo-ocular reflex. A basic version would be to fixate your eyes on a target and move your head back and forth. So eyes are steady, head is moving. Now, let's assign this drill to two very different people. Person A is generally healthy, well-fueled, and athletic. Their breathing is pretty efficient, sleep is decent, there's no history of concussion or vertigo. But they have a mild vestibular deficiency. Maybe their primary activity is very linear and sagittal in nature, so they've missed out on some more dynamic movement patterns. Person A does a horizontal VOR. The result? Their balance improves. Their reaction time gets faster. They feel more stable, more powerful, and more athletic. For person A, this is a performance upgrade. The stimulus is novel enough to create neuroplasticity, and their brain is healthy enough to handle it and feel better from it. Positive adaptation. Person B, on the other hand, has had a concussion or TBI in the past. They have a history of vertigo and migraines. They also have a dysfunctional breathing pattern that keeps them underfueled and stuck in chronic stress. This person has a major vestibular deficit that needs to be upregulated, but their brain is not ready for it. Person B does a horizontal VOR. They are instantly dizzy and lightheaded. They might get nauseous and feel a headache coming on. Their anxiety starts to climb really fast, and they might feel wiped out for the next several hours or even days. Same drill, same instructions. One brain says, yes, this is awesome, thank you, it's just what I needed. The other brain says, absolutely not, this is a major threat, shut it down. This perfectly exemplifies pain and performance as two sides of the same coin. So what can we learn from this? Number one, there's no one size fits all. I think it's useful to stop labeling things as good or bad, healthy or unhealthy. If something really helps your friend but crushes you, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or that the intervention is flawed. It just means that your nervous systems are starting from very different places. Number two, your state matters more than the specific intervention, regardless of if it's a vestibular exercise or a dietary change or some other protocol. Things like your breathing pattern, your sleep, your overall stress load, and your sensory matching or mismatching all change how your brain will respond to the same input. Number three, start smaller than you think. When you start diving into neuro drills in particular, these exercises can look deceptively simple, but they are super powerful for shifting how your nervous system responds to its environment. Start off with lower intensity, shorter duration, more recovery, and always listen to your body over the hype. Does the intervention make you feel better, calmer, looser, more focused, more coordinated? That's a good sign. Does it make you feel worse, more agitated, dizzy, foggy, in more pain? That means either the intervention or the dose needs to be altered. Here's the thing. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are always practicing neurology. Everything that comes at you during the day creates an opportunity for neuroplasticity in either direction. Wouldn't it be better to have some conscious awareness around that and practice applied neurology on purpose rather than by accident? If you're interested in understanding this better and applying it to your individual nervous system, right now I'm offering a discount on one-to-one neuro coaching. You can find the link in the video description or email me directly with any questions. In the next video, we're going to look at how two people can look so similar on paper, same age, same activity level, maybe similar injuries, yet experience two completely different outcomes. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you over there.